Hey guys, happy Wednesday, and it's Fed Day. So the Fed Day is a fun day because you're going to hear in the news all over today that the Federal Reserve just increased interest rates by 0.75%. Could be 1%, but I think it's 0.75. So the Fed raised, so your home loan is going to cost more. Your mortgages are going to go up. Look, let's pull back the curtain for a minute and decide what's short-term versus long-term and what really moves interest rates and what the Federal Reserve is trying to do here. So I'm going to share my screen just so I can point out a couple of things to you. So, and I like this pulling back the curtain because, again, the news media is going to say the same thing over and over. Now home loans are going up. Well, not necessarily. and this is why. So first of all, short-term rates control, like the Fed, does affect directly your home equity line of credit, any short-term debt, your home equity line of credit, not your first mortgage, but if you have a home equity line of credit, that's going to go up. If your credit cards, the interest rates are going to go up because it's short-term debt, right? Car loans, if you're going for a new one, probably going to be higher. That's a short-term debt. Long-term debt is 10-year treasury notes, like the 10-year treasury, and mortgages, like mortgage-backed securities, which are controlled by bonds, mortgage-backed securities. So why is the Fed doing this, and why might rates go down, mortgage rates go down this afternoon instead of up, like the media will all say? Well, here's the reason why. If someone, think like an investor, put your investor cap on. You have a bunch of capital, $1 million or $100 million or whatever the capital is, and you want to put it somewhere safe where you're not going to lose anything and you're going to gain a little bit, right? And that's what investors are looking for. Well, they put it into a 10-year treasury note, right? Safest thing, backed by the full faith of the US government and all that stuff. And they get just under 3% over 10 years, right? They commit their money for 10 years, they get 3% per year. Great, that's awesome. Except for one thing, inflation is 9.1%. So effectively, they're parking their money, getting 3, but net losing 6 because that dollar is buying 9% less stuff every year. They're gaining 3%, net they're losing about 6% per year. They don't want to do that. No, you and I don't want to do that. And we feel it, you and I, when we go to the grocery store and we pluck down more dollars at Publix or Walmart or wherever and get less stuff, right? That's inflation for us. For an investor, it's this. The second safest place to park money as an investor are these bonds, mortgage-backed securities. And these are the bonds that control and set the tone for, will really set mortgage rates. And so if inflation is going higher, they're bringing in every month. We make all our payments collectively, and those are distributed out eventually to investors, right? Everyone takes their little piece along the way. And investors are saying, well, yeah, I need a higher rate on this because my dollars aren't buying as much as they used to. Same thing. It's the same as for us. And so therefore, they demand a higher rate when inflation is high. Now, what the Federal Reserve is going to do today, hopefully, is quell the fears of investors and say, no, we got this under control. Yeah, we know inflation is 9.1% now, but it's going to come down very quickly to our target 2% rate. Well, if it's a target 2% rate and you're making 3% on your money by buying these bonds, net, you're doing fine. And that gives investors a lot of confidence to jump back into the market and start buying treasuries and mortgage-backed securities again, right? Because they know, for the first couple of months, while inflation's high, we'll be losing a little bit, but then we won't. They won't be gaining because the Fed has this under control. They're going to get inflation down to where we're making money again. So that's kind of the long-term look at things and why, when the Fed raises rates this afternoon, all things being equal, mortgage rates could go down. Now, I say could because half the problem is what the Fed actually does. The other half is in the news conference what Jerome Powell says. And if he says we're really worried about inflation, well, then all bets are off, right? But all things being equal, we could well see mortgage rates come down lower this afternoon, even as the Fed raises short-term rates. And that's the reason why. It's all about long-term rates are all about inflation versus return. And inflation eats away at the return. So if that's coming down, then the return is safe again. And investors jump back in and buy more, and everything gets better. So I hope that helps. Again, it's kind of technical today, but if you're in the market for a home, you're going to be hearing it all over the news everywhere this afternoon that home loan rates are going up. Well, it's not true. Now you know the true behind the scenes look. I hope that helps. And again, I don't want to get too technical here too often, but I just thought today was a good day to pull back the curtain a little bit and show what behind the scenes really moves mortgage rates. If I can help you get pre-approved, let me know. I'd love to do so. Thanks.